Hello there, fellow fans of Hollow Knight. Whilst I was correct in saying we didn't have any Silksong news materialise when I was away on holiday and out of the country, we did get something over the weekend. Hold on to your hats because we have two exciting things that I'm very happy to report to all of you. First of all, and I'm probably the last person to report on this, but a Hollow Knight fan posted on Reddit that they met Ari Gibson and Makoto Koji, the voice of Hornet, at an Adelaide-based anime and gaming convention. The lucky bugger. I also have to thank Daily Silksong News for making me aware of this because I spend far less time on Reddit nowadays since their recent silly changes that have closed all the good mobile apps. As it turns out, Team Cherry are actually a major sponsor for AvCon, the convention in question, so I'm hoping we get a few more stories from other lucky fans in the next few days. Back to this story though, user Agalusi kindly shared a group photo and photos of the signatures they received on their sheet music book. They also asked Ari about Silksong on our behalf, so I'll read you their response. One of my friends asked if the game was bigger than Hollow Knight, and Ari said it was hard to tell because you move much faster. He also said something along the lines of, "We're all just speeding through the game sometimes," which was a little after they said they were testing the game. It's not clear if he meant playtesters or just himself and William. He also said something like, "Man, we gotta get the game out soon," if I remember correctly. I said, "Don't think you have to rush the game," and he said that would suck if it was. Development seems to be going nice. Obviously take that with a pinch of salt as it's all hearsay, but there's nothing completely unbelievable in there unless you're part of the cult who believes Silksong doesn't actually exist. Overall, it just seems positive. It also aligns with what we thought previously, and we know that they already have playtesters involved right now, like Greg. I would also like to take this opportunity to, on the off chance that Team Cherry are listening, offer my services as a tester. I have zero experience, but I am very bad at games and confident that I'll pick up on the most bizarre of bugs, testing the game in my own special way. It would also confirm whether or not the gameplay is idiot-proof. The second thing I would like to share with you is that Matthew Griffin, also known as Leth, the marketing and PR director for Silksong, responded to a Reddit thread questioning a comment he made 2 years ago. Here's the comment for context. "You could say we've finished all the content of the game and are in final testing, but even that doesn't say anything about release schedule. My own personal philosophy is that you should not announce a release date until you have a build that could be released, and then you're just giving yourself some time to fix additional bugs and market a game." So the question in the thread was asking whether this would indicate they haven't added any new content over the past 2 years, which isn't how I read it. Plus, the way Team Cherry works and their own admissions seemed less rigid than other game devs. They are constantly coming up with new ideas, updating different parts, and shaping the game as they go along. What's shocking to me is this confirms at least one representative from Team Cherry looks at the Hollow Knight related subreddits, which means they must see all the shitposts, including this recent thread about boob physics in Silksong. It's so funny to me that that's the case. Anyway, on to Leth's response. "I wrote this message during a conversation about whether teams in general could realistically estimate the percentage a game is developed. Could a developer say we are 80% done with development? I was arguing that it would be difficult to estimate no matter how far you think you are into development. It was a discussion of hypotheticals not related to any of the games I work with. Still, this quote was taken out of context and even had news articles written about it claiming that I had said something about Silksong when I did not. For me, it was a lesson on how much a developer should casually speak in public spaces, and for fans, it was a lesson not to trust gaming news at face value. I believe this was in 2020, so it's alarming that it's still circulating without the context. Hope that clears it up." There we have it. It was all a big misunderstanding. However, can we focus on a moment on the final paragraph? This was a lesson on how much a developer should casually speak in public spaces. It's certainly true that even the smallest of public comments can spur dozens of news articles given the demand for Silksong and Silksong news. Remember those comments Greg made in the Discord server? Perhaps this explains why we hear so little from Team Cherry. They don't want their comments to be misconstrued, and it's very difficult for them to quantify where they're at with the game. If that's true, that makes me a little sad, because it means these news outlets, and maybe I'm not helping with my news either, I'm just excited for the game, but we're not helping foster an environment where Team Cherry are feeling comfortable enough to share those updates with us. Anyway, that's everything for today. 2 new pieces of information that I only discovered in the last 24 hours, and I will see you in the next one.